Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming at a very short notice. I understand this is your busy result season and I appreciate you taking time out to hear us. First of all, I would like to clarify that the Supreme Court verdict deals with only the sales tax deferment scheme and not an exemption in any form. Hence, this money was always payable to the state government. What has changed after this judgment is perhaps the likely timeline of this payment. Till December 31st, 2011, we have availed rupees 6,300 crores under the sales tax deferral scheme, and this amount will be paid back to the Gujarat state as per the agreed timeline now. Let me briefly throw some light on the scheme and on our stand. As you all may be aware, the Gujarat state had an incentive scheme 1995-2000 wherein the premier and prestigious units were eligible for incentives. As per the scheme, the company was expected to complete the project by 15th August 2003 to be eligible to claim this benefit. However, the start of commercial production was delayed due to an stay imposed by the Honorable Gujarat High Court on a PIL filed by one NGO against some other company, thereby stopping construction work in all the upcoming projects in that area. The Supreme Court lifted this stay and ruled in favor of the company in January 2004. This therefore paved the way for the company to restart the construction work at refinery site. The company thereafter had represented to the government of Gujarat to grant extension of time for completion of the project on the ground that the company was restrained to carry out construction work due to reasons as indicated above, which were beyond the control of the company. Thereafter, the Honorable Gujarat High Court directed by its order dated 22nd April 2008 the state government to consider company's application for granting the sales tax incentive and effectively increasing the time for implementing the project till 2007. The state government, however, had filed a special leave petition before the Supreme Court challenging the order of the Gujarat High Court. The Supreme Court on 17th January, that is yesterday, has allowed the appeal of the Gujarat state government and has set aside the Gujarat High Court judgment extending timeline to Essar Oil for commencement of commercial production from 15th August 2003 to 2nd April 2007. This sales tax deferment benefit to Essar Oil was a loan repayable on the earlier of 2021-22 or on exhaustion of the full eligible amount which the company was expecting to be financial year 2013-14 in 6 equal installments commencing immediately thereafter. The quantum of sales tax deferment benefit as per our estimate was 9,100 crores, of which, as I mentioned above, we have already availed approximately rupees 6,300 crores till 31st December 2011. In fact, a part of this, about 1,800 crore, we have already assigned to a third party. Regarding CDR, we would like to clarify that Essar Oil is already in discussion with CDR lenders for exiting the CDR, which is expected to be completed shortly. As regards the Master Restructuring Agreement, commonly known as MRA, Essar Oil is required to obtain approval of the deferment of the sales tax by 31st March 2012 and repay the same as per the incentive scheme guidelines. As mentioned earlier, the company has availed 6,300 crores till 31st December 2011. Essar Oil is studying the Supreme Court's judgment and is evaluating further course of action, including filing a review petition in the Supreme Court. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Gupta, this is Nisha Podar from ET Now. First of all, we'd like to know what are the legal options that are available to you, and if no legal options persist, then what is the time frame in which you have to repay 6,000 crores that we are talking about?
Yeah, we are actually in discussion with our senior counsels, and what I understand is that anybody who has this sort of thing is eligible for filing a review petition before the same court. So we are considering that based on the legal advice which we will receive.
Mr. Gupta, कार्तिकेय from Z Business, किस तरह का इंटरेस्ट पेनल्टीज पे बन सकता है यदि इसको देखा जाए तो टोटल इशू को?
आप दोबारा से जरा क्वेश्चन बताइए।
किस तरीके का इंटरेस्ट रेट पेनल्टी हो सकती है क्या इसको लेकर?
अभी ये डिसीजन आने के बाद हम लोग इस बात की अपने लीगल काउंसिल्स के साथ बैठकर विचार विमर्श कर रहे हैं कि क्या इसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हम रिव्यू पिटीशन फाइल कर सकते हैं। साथ साथ हम लोग डेफिनेटली गुजरात गवर्नमेंट के साथ भी चर्चा करेंगे और एक नया समय सीमा निर्धारित करने की कोशिश करेंगे जिसमें ये पेमेंट किया जाए।
Sir, what are the details of this 1,800 crores? What is? Can you give us more details on this 1,800 crores that you have mentioned as deferment liability? What is this amount?
No, this amount is the amount which we have already assigned in favor of a third party.
Okay, this is for repayment which you earlier thought will be starting from
2020-21.
So out of the 6,308 crores that we have in total, 1,800 crores so far has been assigned as a separate liability.
1,800 crore has so far been assigned.
So this 1,800 crores is available to the company to meet this liability.
Yeah.
And only 4,500 the company needs to now, if it all needs to pay only 4,500. 1,800 crores is available with the company.
And that 4,500 crores over the last 3 financial years, you had been putting as part of your P&L account. That was being included in your P&L account and also boosting your GRMs. Is that correct? And if you can give us a breakup of each financial year for that.
Broadly, what you are saying is correct. I will not be able to give you right now the year-wise breakup. But broadly, what you are saying is correct. That
Okay, then coming to the calculations, the over 4,000 crores that you require, where do you, assuming that you may not go for legal option, if you have to pay it right now, how are you going to pay that kind of an amount? What is the kind of cash which is available on the books?
Nisha, as I already mentioned, we are in discussion with our legal counsels right at this moment. After we have concluded those discussions and whatever advice we get, we expect that we will be filing a review petition. And therefore, immediately what question you have asked perhaps seems to me little
I was just talking
about the review petition.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But it seems little premature. We will definitely cross the bridge when we reach there.
Yes, but on the review petition aspect, just to understand and get a clarification, the review petition is going to happen on the whole of the order or a part of the order. How it is going to work out? And secondly, as you are referring to your master agreement on the CDR aspect, assuming that this order will have to be implemented in whatever time frame, and does that mean that your master agreements of CDR are going to get affected?
No. I'll explain to you. I think we have clarified in the press release that the company has sounded the lender that it wants to exit the CDR. We have served a notice to the lenders and we are very hopeful very soon we'll be out of CDR. The master restructuring agreement does not hold good for the company going forward. So that's very important to note here. Point number 2, answering the earlier question, the company will ramp up its capacity to 18 million tons by March of this year. The company will clock an EBITDA going forward between 5,000 to 6,000 crores every year. In the unlikely event or likely event of this liability to be materialized, the company does not envisage any cash flow problems to meet this commitment. But it's too premature to tell you to how long will the settlement take, how long all this will happen. As Mr. Gupta just mentioned, we'll take some time. We need to understand the whole legal implications, the review petition, the discussion with the government. Everything is going on parallelly. 24 hours too early for us to tell you all this. As we go along, we'll have more clarity. But company doesn't envisage any problem in meeting its commitment if it all needs to be met.
Just a clarification on this, the press release also says that the repayment schedule has to be discussed with the Gujarat government.
Right.
So that it is completely clear that at least this amount will not have to be paid in the near future within the next few months? And what kind of schedule will you be suggesting?
We are not going to comment on that. We have clearly said it's under discussions. We are not saying it's going to happen in few months or a few years. We have to wait till we conclude our discussions with the government. It's too premature to talk about it.
Right, and
So
if you
आप
have to
इस
come out of the
डेवलपमेंट को लेंडर्स के
CDR,
साथ डिस्कस
One by one,
कर
please.
but if you have to come out of the CDR, how do you square off the deal with the lenders? What do you have to pay? Is there a one-time payment? How do you come
No, there is
out
no
of
one-time
CDR?
payment. It's just the agreement which was there, which you mentioned, provided for an exit mechanism to the company under CDR by April, is exactly what we are doing.
So आप जो डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं लेंडर्स के साथ किन इश्यूज पर डेवलपमेंट में क्या डिस्कस उनके साथ किया जा रहा है?
Lenders के साथ this issue is yesterday's
We are
development.
discussing the development.
This development, yesterday's
Yes.
development. See, जो कल हुआ है, we have to discuss with lenders. We will discuss with them. We already kept them posted of what has happened. They are fully on board. They understand what we are saying, and we have sent this rejoinder to everybody, clarifying. And wherever further discussion needs to have, we'll go there and present our case.
So now with this case going till the Supreme Court, do you think this time around the discussions with Gujarat government are going to be different or going to yield any results?
Well, this is actually premature to answer this question because we are an industry in the state of Gujarat. We are definitely going to have discussions with the state government of Gujarat and will try to work out a schedule to repay this amount. This is of course subject to this, that once we file a review petition, then whatever decisions come under that petition is binding on both the parties.
But what would be the timeline or what would be the reschedule that would be okay with Essar Oil?
Yeah.
No,
Now with the order also in place.
we are, as Mr. Ashok has already mentioned, that as far as we are concerned, we are going to discuss with the state government and we will definitely need to sit with them and agree to a schedule. And whatever schedule we agree, we only can assure you that we will adhere to that time schedule for repayment.
And also wanted to know, Ashok, in this case, if the Gujarat government is adamant that in a short time period you have to repay all the tax, then do you think that Essar Group on the whole will come to the rescue of Essar Oil, considering it does not have all the cash at the moment?
No, I don't think Essar Group needs to worry about it. Each company is self-sufficient. Each has very focused operations. I think it's too premature to tell me. If you tell me you're going to pay in 15 days or 1 month, it's not. I don't think that will happen. But I think we'll see how it goes. I mean, we not even got the full hang of things. It's been too short a period to react to everything you're asking. But I think we as a group, we as a company are pretty resilient enough to ensure that the commitment which we made to all our stakeholders are met with the proper timelines which we agree upon. And I don't think any problem in that count at all. And Essar Group, is always there, but this company is doing very well. And I'm hopeful that it can manage it also.
If you can throw more light on this 1800 crore rupees which had been parked and you say that it's readily available, under what account it's been put? Is it in Essar Oil or it's in some other holding
It's a
company?
third party.
Okay, what is that name of that company? Is it wholly owned by the group?
It's not a group company. It's an associate company.
What is it
Second, if I
named?
can get some
One second.
clarity
What
on-
is the name of that associate?
It's Essar House Limited.
I was just going to ask you that Essar House has taken the liability of
Yeah.
repaying on due dates. So will that agreement also be have to re-looked upon, or is that
No,
just
that-
for 1800 crore?
That's
on
only
due
1800
dates?
crores. Yes, absolutely.
But if you have to pay it, all of the amount immediately or in whatever time, then
That cash will be available to the company.
In hindsight, do you think, Ashok, that you should have probably kept aside the sales tax in FD and not really boosted your GRMs every quarter with the money available?
I wish in hindsight everything I could do differently. But that's how reality is. We thought this Supreme Court order would be favorable. We had a very strong case. We believed we had a very strong case. We still believe it's a very strong case. There were genuine concerns for refined not starting on the date which we had initially targeted for. But things have unfolded the way they are, and we look forward to the future than dwindling on what has happened in the past.
I'm sure you had hectic discussions also with your legal team now. How confident are they of the review petition as well?
All of us are confident. All of us are confident that this will see is coming to a good end for us, and we are hopeful.
As per the current SC order, what is the time frame that you have to make these payments?
No, there is nothing mentioned in the order. There's no
So that
time.
would be decided between you
Yes,
and Gujarat government.
absolutely.
So the order in specific has not mentioned any time
No,
frame.
no.